All right, guys. So yesterday we finally got the Armor King trailer, and he looks sick, but I'm still not sure if I'll play him. I need to try him in game, but you'll see. He looks like they really did a good job, I think.
Now,
But
let the world
he looks
hear
like
it.
he would feel quite
Shout
different.
his name! Thirsting for revenge, the jet black villain returns to the ring!
Like his new costume we saw last time, like he looks like Radahn from Elden Ring. And that was a great choice, I think. Dark Superman. Yeah. Alright.
New challenger! Armor King!
Yeah, so the forward neutral 2, we see a new stance, right? So from that, some people are saying it's just his old shadow step, but with like new transitions and new moves. But I mean, considering all the new moves you see throughout the trailer and all the new transitions you see throughout the trailer, I think we can call this a new stance. Even if it's still called Shadow Step, I think we could call this a new stance. Also has a new extension on the stomp. We see later he has the same old extension. It's like a weird looking combo, but forward neutral 2, still a counter hit launcher. That's pretty big. I thought they would remove that. Yeah, see, back 1-2 into the stance, into a throw. We can guess it's an unbreakable throw. That's usually what they like. See, this is a big one. Harry into poison, unbreakable grab. If there's no scaling between the poison and the grab, you're just gonna try to down forward 1 this guy, and he's gonna giant swing you. Right? It also means he can break the floor with a tombstone. At least he could on his poison in Tekken 7. But we only see him do giant swing, I believe, in the trailer. New while standing punish, that's where he was lacking. Like, one of his big weaknesses is he basically had while standing 4 at 11, and then he had to hop kick at 15. He didn't even have a 15 frame launching. His launcher was 16. So this is probably, I don't know, 13, 14. And it's a heat engager. And we see that he could, at least in heat, he can just do his old poison into grab, his rage drive. And that wasn't a heat smash. He's going to be able to do that multiple times. He doesn't really have threatening mids, I guess, from the stance. Maybe. We'll see that a bit later. Not from the stance, from crouch dash. Actually, he didn't do giant swing. So yeah, a tombstone would work there. And that throw broke the floor anyway. This, I believe the wall the mid version was only on counter hit. And it was also 14 frames. He's punishing 13 now. The grab is sick though. Like that grab's like just like he's just so cool. It's just I still don't know if I want to play him, man. Okay, back 3 tailspin. Breaks the wall. Shining Wizard breaks the wall. Into a combo. Like he gets up and does a combo. Yeah. But the thing is, this instant Shining Wizard, it looks like he didn't do a Shining Wizard input. Like, he doesn't go forward at all. Normally, even if you do an instant Shining Wizard, you go a bit forward. So this lets me think that perhaps there's a different input. Or maybe they just used a macro for making the trailer easier. I don't know. Yeah, it gets up. And you see down forward 1-2. His down forward 1 was a generic down forward 1. Just very good frames. -1. Decent range. Like, it was very standard. But now, like every other thing they like to do, they like to patch holes when they release new characters and when they buff stuff. So he has an extension. All right. We'll see if his down forward 1 remains -1 though. If it does, that'd be a bit crazy. They did the same thing with Lars, where they gave him extensions and they left it at -1. But then they nerfed Lars down forward 1. So we'll see what happens to Armor King. Yeah, there we see his heat smash. Yeah, it's pretty standard. Don't know how fast it is. Don't know if it crushes or anything. Just breaks the wall. This into tech didn't recover this fast. You see the zoom like that? I thought it was an install. Because then throughout the rest of this part, we just see a bunch of fire moves, which looks kind of like Snake Eyes, right? Like, I knew he could do this before, right? Obviously, I played Armor King, right? So while standing 2 into the breathing fire, into the electric, right? But the electric wasn't fire. It used to be just blue spark electric, right? So I thought this was an install. It's not. I got ratioed pretty hard by Nakatsu for saying it was. That is my bad. Okay, but there we see a new move that that's one thing I don't like. Like, so far, everything I saw in the trailer, I kind of liked. New stance, I was like, I mean, it's Tekken 8, right? You see this kick punch into automatic crouch dash? Like, I don't really like moves that transition that way. Okay, there, we're just going to see a bunch of moves. I'm just going to let them roll, and then I'll go back. Homing move. I think that's an evasive maneuver. Boom, boom, boom. You see all these? I thought all that was from an install, because they're all like fire moves out of nowhere. Turns out they're just heat moves. Apart from the initial one, this one, I think the rest are just heat moves. From what I can tell. So he has a homing high that's a launcher, potentially, right? It looks like his back 1+2 that used to be a mid. Can't really tell what it is. We'll see in game. There's not enough animation there. You see how his foot is already raised? I believe that's his back 1+4. So it looks like back 1+4 in heat is now a launcher. Like, back 1+4 was such a silly move in Tekken 7. It was super evasive. It was only -13, I believe. But it had so much pushback that most characters just couldn't punish it anyway, right? So if it's now a launcher, it's probably easier to punish if it's punishable. But yeah, now his evasive move that was very evasive is a launcher. So that's huge. Then we see that's 13 frames as we saw earlier. So down, even though he's punishing FF2, does I guess down back 2-1. We see that's the stance. That's his shadow step. We don't know if it's still shadow step. So he has an armor move, which probably wall splats. Because yeah, before all he had was a low sweep with his hand. We see that now he has a low sweep with his foot, which looks quite similar. And he had like a counter mid, right? That's all he could really do. And now we see he has a low, a grab. He has a big power crush mid. I think we see another mid against King there in the sequence. That's a long intro, man. If you can't skip that in tournaments, it'll take a while. Yeah, we see he has his old throw, power crush. Okay, so was that his back 1+2? That looks like his old back 1+2, right? Which was a kind of useless move, so it's good that they changed it. But it puts him in the stance at +20 something because you bounce off. Like, they keep doing that, just giving you +20 into a stance mix-up. Not really a fan, but it is what it is. And he goes into a mid. The stunner, like up at the stunner again. Boom! Like, the animations are so sick. It's just, I don't know how heavily he's gonna rely on the stance, basically. Okay, you could do that before. I don't know what the hell that was. That was sick. Air grab. Very nice. Actually, oh, that, you know what that does? I just realized. Because before, he didn't have an air grab. So if you messed up your Shining Wizard somehow, you just wouldn't get a grab. Whereas King used to, right? If you messed up, you still had a grab. Now with Armor King, you have an air grab, which also allows you to beat hop kicks and other stuff. Because if you float them with the grab, you'll be able to grab them in the air. That is actually a pretty big change for Armor King. I didn't realize. 4-2-1 launcher. Okay, weird combo. See, crouch dash 4 tailspin. If it tailspins not in the air, that would be a very threatening mid. Because I feel like it's not going to do the same thing as it did before, where it kind of floats you awkwardly and then you just get a guaranteed down back 2 or whatever. I feel like they're definitely going to change that. So Crouch Dash 4 could be a big mix to the... And it looks kind of fast as well. Crouch Dash 4 was always super slow. So like, it could be a big mix up to the Poison. That could be rough. Okay, new string again. Forward 3-4 and then he has an elbow. He doesn't have the high kick. It's probably a mix up. Probably mid instead of mid high. Down 4-2. Not homing, from what it seems. It probably tracks fully to one side. Probably, but that used to be homing, and there's no homing claw on it. So, yeah. Also, doesn't look like it's a launcher anymore, which is, you know, probably for the best for Tekken 8. Be very strong. Still has Crouch Dash free. And you see, yeah, he has his ult stomp. At the beginning of the trade, you see him do double stomp into a jumping stomp. He also has this one. Not sure what the difference would be. Probably better Oki. Because before, you had to stop at 2 if you wanted the Oki. And if you did 3, that was for damage, but you got worse frames. Now, you can probably do 3 for Oki and then 3 into the big stomp for just damage. Crouch Dash 3, that's still in the game. Unblockable high. That's going to trip some people up at the beginning. Still has Lariat, but we don't know if you get a follow-up. And yeah, down forward 1-2 count. Boom, boom. Into the guaranteed crouch throw. The throw animations are so sick. Wall standing 1, and we see the rage out. That is one hell of a rage out, I gotta say. Like his rage out in Tekken 7 was so bad, so I'm glad they did him justice. And the outro, so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Bro. And then afterwards, we get to see his new costumes. We see the date, October 13th, if you got the season pass. So right after Evo France. So no AK at Evo France. We expected that though. Yeah, I kind of like this costume, but I'll pick the... I think I'll just pick his main costume, honestly, if I play him. So yeah, before we get into this, before we get into the new character, the brand new character, I want to give you my impressions. He looks amazing, right? And he looks very strong on top of that. But he looks like he plays quite differently. I will definitely be giving him a try on release. And I am kind of in a character crisis right now because of that, right? Like, I'm not going to go back to Lee, that's for sure. But Reina has been a lot of fun for me. And I don't want to switch. I am having a lot of fun. I don't feel like I need something else. But I've been saying it. If there's one character that could make me switch, it's AK. So we'll see in-game how he feels. Like, his combos looked very strange so far, but they're never the optimal combos in the trailers. So we'll see if they're fun to do. The extension on down forward 1 means they might nerf his down forward 1, so he might be less pokey. We see how much you'll rely on the stance. I mean, a stance with an unbreakable grab and a mid, like, it's like, I know I play Reina and she has some similar things here and there, but would it work on AK? I guess we'll see. Forward neutral 2. Also, yeah, are you forced into the stance? That's a big one. Forward neutral 2 into stance. Are you forced into the stance or can you cancel? Those are some very important questions that we will only know in October. Or maybe if there's a preview event. Maybe at Evo they'll have a booth where you can try him. They did that with Lydia. So yeah, I mean, I like him very much. But let's see the end of the trailer, because that is very interesting. More speculation. So yeah, when I saw them... Madagascar. Like, Harada's been going to Madagascar a lot, right? Now we know why he was there. And there you go, new Madagascar character. And she is a black woman, which a lot of people asked for. So, yeah, I mean, she looks great. We don't see anything else past that, we just see, you know, new stage, which is cool. So, few things about her. There are some theories. She's got red eyes. People don't normally have red eyes. She has those weird ogre-looking shackles. Ogre has red eyes. Those kind of look like ogre things. Some people are putting it together. Harada tweeted some stuff about how she's connected to old Tekken lore. So she could be a bit ogre-y. I don't know. I don't know, but it's definitely going to be interesting, and she looks great. So I don't know. Just looking at her design with the shackles and the way she stands and the gloves and everything, I don't know why. She looks like she'd be strong. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. She just looks like she's gonna be really good. There's no moves, but you can smell the top tier. You can just smell it from far away. But that's not a bad thing necessarily, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing more about her. I'm looking forward to playing Armor King. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my breakdown. And yeah, I haven't uploaded in so long, so I hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye.